some people probably watch.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's probably mostly audio. I do know now that we have listeners.
Really?
Well, James, my brother,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
commented on it.
Yeah.
We did Easter this past weekend, and he was like, heard that story on the pod.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like,
That was fun.
all right. And then Julie, one of my clients and neighbors,
Yeah.
she was like, tell Liz that our birds wake up at different times.
Oh.
And there's one that they're all the same breed, but
Yeah.
one just randomly, like an hour before the others, like
Is that-
starts, even though it's covered, it just like wants
starts to stir and
some attention.
What do they have?
They're just like parakeets or something.
And I know most people do cover bird cages.
Yeah, so they're covered.
Does that just help them? Is that just to keep out unnatural
I
light?
have no idea. I assume it's like a stimulation thing.
Yeah, but the thing is just the thing as a bird owner, when
You
it's
cover
time for
it,
them to
yeah.
go to bed, you cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder, do you do it like when you're also going to bed and it's going to be like quiet throughout the night? Or is it like if you have people over and you want the birds to
be
like
quiet.
stop fucking around, like
Yeah.
do you cover them and they kind of know even though there's still noise?
Mm-hmm. I remember in college, a friend's parents had birds, and when we would go over, they would cover them
Okay.
to chill them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
otherwise they
so
were
just
very
like
annoying.
take away one
I
sense.
think you take away the stimulus.
and the
Yeah.
stimulant. Yeah. Interesting. Well, learning a lot about birds.
But people be listening, so that's at least 2
Yeah.
people now.
Yes. I love it. I
For
love it.
Episode 35, and then 35
Let's go.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's morning.
It's morning.
Which
I like
you know me.
well, you're a
Anything
morning
with
gal.
coffee.
Yeah.
Anything with coffee. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was thinking today how we talk so much about routines and schedules and stuff, and recording this is probably the least routine
Oh, we're just
thing
shoving
we
it in
have.
wherever we can.
I think we tried to do it like on a specific day, but inevitably something happens on that day,
Mm-hmm.
and since it's just for fun, you
No,
can
it's
do
definitely
it
just for
whenever.
fun,
But
yeah.
I do like to try it, at least get it somewhere within the week window,
Yes.
which is fun. So, without further ado, how was your week? Since we haven't had much of a day yet.
Yeah, there's not been much of a day, although we're trying a slightly different routine.
Being what?
Just with our run, slightly longer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Changing some little pieces up.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is only the second week of you having Wednesdays free.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't call it free, but
Well, side quest day.
side quest day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's side quest day. I'm already dressed in my horseback riding
That's right.
garb and ready to go.
Yep. My week thus far has been solid. I have speaking of side quest, I have 2 projects I'm trying to wrap up by Friday.
Totally.
We'll see when we get there.
Well, I think you have to for at least one of them, both of them.
Sort of. There's like self-implemented deadlines and
Yeah.
then actual deadlines.
Right.
And I think they're fuzzy
Okay.
as far as, but I don't want it to be like that. I want these to be implemented. I need this shit done.
Yeah. Cool.
For my own mental health.
Cool. Awesome.
So I'm trying to get the painting and a graphic design project finished. Been tattooing every day. We did Sunday with the fam for Easter.
Yeah.
So little kids, Easter egg hunt, always
Yeah.
fun.
I've never looked into the history of the Easter egg hunt. Have you? Do you know anything about it?
No.
Or the Easter bunny, for that matter.
Yeah, I'm assuming,
Feels very hallmarky.
something about, it's very Christian
Yeah.
coded, obviously. That's
Yeah.
what Easter is about. Jesus, empty tomb. So I'm sure like an egg and things in it, and then it being empty. There's some sort of
maybe.
representation there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I have no idea at
I have
all.
no
but-
idea. Guess we probably should look into that.
But a lot of
Just
these,
to know why the hell we're doing it.
yeah, but then companies are so shrewd about figuring out, okay, well, how do we commoditize this?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna create candies and lore, and then you're gonna feel obligated to get these things for your children because
Oh
if
my
you
God,
don't,
yeah.
then their friends get it, and then they get pissed at you, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're just confused, or, yeah. Hit them with that.
I still always think it's funny that, my mom, who goes to church, was a Sunday school teacher. I remember for Easter one year getting like Ozzy Osbourne's Greatest Hits as like a CD.
That's funny. We never really did like presents.
It was only like little stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but there was like an Easter basket and there was like candy and this like Ozzy CD.
I mean, maybe when we were little, I think, I feel like I got maybe a stuffed animal one time. But Easter and Valentine's Day, we would, celebrate them, but it was always
Yeah.
like, oh, cool, today we're going to have like fun food. I mean,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, I've talked about it cinnamon rolls, bacon, and strawberries in the morning. That was Valentine's Day. And then a card, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you got all your Valentines
Right,
at
at
school. And then Easter, we would always have Easter baskets, but they just had candy in them.
Right.
They, like I said, never had and I remember friends would get presents. Oh my God, I've been wanting this CD or this thing. And I was always like, mine just had a lot of fake grass in it and some chocolate eggs, but never really wanting, it just didn't feel like a present
Right, yeah.
holiday.
It was funny because I never thought about it as like a present. It was just part of the Easter
Yeah,
basket.
I guess so. And I'm probably misremembering a little bit, but
Like getting a
presents were
fruit
really
basket.
Christmas and birthdays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The occasional Flag Day present,
Everybody
I'm
gets
just
that.
kidding.
Yeah. I was trying to think about, one of my clients, they were talking about their kids being kind of a brat.
How old is this kid?
Like 8 or something.
Okay.
But then I was thinking about,
Able to be a brat.
I was thinking the kids this weekend, we were with 3 kids, ages, 3, 6, and 8.
Yeah, exactly. Good job.
But they did a pretty good job sharing.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think they're all at good ages. Also have parents who teach them how to share. Where the older kids are excited about the things that they have and they want to show it to the younger kids. And the younger kids are just young enough to just be interested in absolutely everything. So, yeah. No, there were no bratty kids this weekend. And to be honest, they aren't bratty kids.
No.
And I'm not just biased.
No, of course. But I always think about when we were watching the home videos of you with your sister.
And I was kind of a brat. Well, it's funny because I say that to my parents and they're like, no, you were wonderful. I'm like, video evidence.
Roll the tape.
In front of us.
Roll the tape.
Of me pouting because it's Leslie's birthday and not mine. So funny, but I guess those were just maybe they were few and far between.
Right,
maybe it was just you're in the thick of it and this is just the way your kids are acting and you're not really paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was, to this day, shocking.
I know.
Shocking
I
to
know,
see
I
that.
know. It's just
Makes me
very-
want to watch more of it. And just
just
really,
very-
really dial in. What was I like?
I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if it's healthy to go back and hypo-analyze you as a child.
I don't know. Maybe it helps you. Because
That's not
I
who
think
you are now.
Yeah, but it might contribute to some personality traits that I have that maybe I know now as an adult and with, proper just social etiquette to not do. But it's but sometimes I do kind of feel a certain way. And I don't know. I just also like to watch myself as a kid because it's funny.
I'm sure somewhere there's a ton of, myself and James and stuff. But I haven't.
Well, like I said, my parents thought they had nothing, and turns out they documented every single moment.
I guarantee somewhere, we cleaned out their garage a little bit last summer.
Yeah.
And found, but
I feel like there is some shit packed
they
in there.
have, I believe my parents have mentioned, there is storage somewhere.
On, at their house or somewhere
a storage
else?
unit
Oh,
or
really?
something. I'm almost positive, yeah.
And they just casually mentioned it, it's somewhere.
No, it's
Do we know where the storage unit is and where the key is?
Yes. Because multiple times my mom's mentioned she still has a bunch of my random stuff
Okay.
in a storage unit. I think paintings from college or random other things.
Yeah. My parents got rid of the storage unit.
Yeah.
Tried to pawn a lot of stuff on us, and we were like,
They tried for
we
years.
live in one room.
Yeah.
And we live in one room, but we also have various other places to store
Right.
things. But all that to say, I think all of the things that could have been hidden, well, I think they have a few things in their garage maybe still, but most things that could have been just stored away have now been dispersed, gotten rid of. I have what I wanted. When they moved, that was a huge thing. They're just cleaning
Of
out
course.
that house.
That's perfect opportunity to purge.
Yes, absolutely. And no, I have a box of my things, but it's hard. I find myself sometimes being the person that wants to keep absolutely everything, but it's sort of the clothes thing. Clothes especially. If you haven't worn it in a year, get it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Now, childhood things, what I did when my parents moved is I kept one or two things sort of from maybe each grade or each sort of point in life, something that had a significant when I was playing soccer, when I started horseback riding, when I was playing piano or whatever. I kept one thing from that time period to have. For what reason? I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
I guess to look at when I'm much older.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll get out my box.
Oh,
This
get out your
week.
box. I have no interest in anything pertaining to me, but I'm really fascinated with things that were like my grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
find that dramatically more fascinating. Like anything pertaining to me, I could care less. I actually have like zero sentimentality.
Well, because I care about it.
Well,
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime your mom shows me something and it's something you did as a little kid or yeah, some part of your family history, I'm super curious
Yeah.
about it. So do care.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
get rid of all of it.
no. Well, like I said, if it's something, interesting, a weird sword or a flag or
Yeah.
a weird piggy bank or something, I'm like, well, that's
Yeah, but those things
interesting.
were kept when your grandparents probably thought the same thing you're
I
thinking
know,
right
I
now.
know, I
And
know.
so, when Clay is
Although most of the things-
25 and wants to see the thing that you had as a 7-year-old, like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but products that are made today, or even, child of the 80s, so it's like, well, everything's just like plastic and made to break and like doesn't have, I don't know, it's
Whatever,
not,
it's
not
Matt-
solid
Matt,
wood.
it's a time capsule.
Not stainless steel. It's not
Time capsule.
Okay. All
Mr.
right.
Time
Shit, I would
Capsule
say.
over here.
Yep,
Yeah. I think we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. How was your week thus far?
Well, we went to the fucking moon. So
Oh, we did go to the
That was
moon.
cool. I was
I only cried a little bit.
so hyped on that.
Yeah.
I felt very fortunate that I was working at the store and I was able to turn on the flyby all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. And I was hyped.
Yeah.
And
What
I
was
remember.
your favorite part?
I really enjoyed probably in the thick of them describing things within the first couple hours of being there. Their sort of initial reactions. I feel like they got more eloquent towards the end of just basically saying like, I think Victor Glover said something along the lines of like, we've not evolved to be able to explain how to, or to be able to express what we're seeing and explain it sort of in, I guess, what would be sort of layman's terms. He's just like, what we're seeing is so unbelievable
Yeah.
and just amazing, but we don't even have words to tell you really what we're seeing.
It's funny because he was pretty eloquent on
Yeah.
all of it, sort of describing it really
But I feel
well.
like even before they were just kind of spewing, just like saying words and saying things. And it felt so, it at least felt very genuine first reaction. And then the fun thing is on the other side, the people that are at, Mission Control and Capcom, just their sort of banter with them. They remained a little more professional and be like, that's wonderful information. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We're going to look into that this evening. But you can hear the excitement in their voice
Yeah.
too, like, oh my fucking God,
Yeah.
they're giving us exactly what, there were moments where they were like, that's exactly what we were hoping you were gonna say.
Yeah.
And like they would sometimes allude to that, sometimes just be like, fantastic information. Thank you so much. It was so cool.
There's already some photos that have been they're starting to share now coming back, which are pretty wild.
I did hear them live name the two craters.
Right.
And I remember, I think I was working on something, and that day I was so fucking productive because I had it up actually on my phone, and then I had like the music playing in the background just for the store, and then I was working on my computer. And I think the adrenaline of watching it and feeling like, oh my God, this is an amazing feat. I can do my work for the day. And I was just like getting so much done. But I remember when they started talking about that, like, oh, we want to name these creators that are unnamed. We thought this would be a good opportunity. I kind of was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And so I like paid attention, and then I'm like dialed into, Reed's story of naming it for his wife. And I was just like, oh my God. And so now I'm like welling up, and I'm like.
I've tried to retell like the naming of the crater, and Reed, he had lost his wife, and they all agree to name it, and they hug, and they're, and like every time I just like well up.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
God, get your shit together.
I've seen a lot of memes, and it's just like, ladies, he named the moon after his wife. Find somebody who would do that for you.
You got to marry an astronaut.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, someone in...
So far, the mission's been good. Obviously 53 years since we've been to the moon.
Yeah.
The next time, they're going to test everything in our orbit.
Yeah.
So with the lander, and then the fourth one, essentially. So this is technically Artemis 2.
Yeah.
Artemis 3 will be another test. Then Artemis 4
Yeah.
will be the one that lands
Yeah.
on the moon.
And I also saw, I think maybe, I could be wrong, but maybe in 2028, they're going to attempt to send these like unmanned helicopter
Yep.
type things to Mars
Yep.
to start flying around and sharing information.
Yeah, they said
and-
rovers too, and they want like autonomous vehicles to be like little bulldozers. Like they want to start essentially construction
Yeah.
and stuff they can do without people there
Yeah.
at the same
And then
time.
within like 10 years or at the 10-year mark.
Moon base.
I'm talking about Mars though.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they're going
to.
to send these helicopters to Mars in like 2 years.
Sorry, I thought you were saying to the
No,
moon.
no, to Mars. I know the moon stuff.
Yeah.
But I did just see that. I could be wrong, but I think they just said,
I
yeah, they
believe it.
want to
I
send
absolutely
these,
believe it,
unmanned.
I think people
Things.
are into it now. I've seen like
Oh, everyone.
intense goodwill.
They I think it was after maybe when they were on the far side of the moon or once they had come back around, another meme that was just like, I've seen enough, billions more dollars to NASA.
Well, it's people had obviously interest had waned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we put so much energy into it to get to the moon and so much money. Well, we beat the Soviets. It was sort of like to win the Cold War.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, well, we did that.
And it's just something like you can say, how impressive it is to go to the moon, but when it's out of sight, out of mind, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, but like how impressive, how hard, how easy, I don't know. We're focusing on other things. And then
Yeah.
the minute you show the feats that it takes to get to the moon, then
Yeah.
people are like, this is nuts.
It's
this
crazy.
is so cool. And it's just cool.
It's just cool.
It's just cool. It's one of those jobs.
Well,
You're an astronaut, fucking cool.
I mean, yeah, there's the list of jobs, and
Yeah.
astronauts always near the top,
Exactly.
if not the top thing.
Yeah.
If you're at a bar and someone asks what you do, and you're like, well, I'm an astronaut. People are just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sit down and tell me everything.
But they land Friday,
Yeah.
so 2 days from now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, all is nominal.
And what I did see another thing, and it was like the main leads for sort of each department of the Artemis mission, and so one of them being the what is it called, the return, I guess just their return,
Yeah.
the return flight, the return mission, and then so that's one person, and then there's a person who's actually in charge of retrieving them from
Right.
the ocean. It was
this
just
is-
kind of interesting to see, like, okay, there's these sort of lead people for each aspect of it, and then the crews that are underneath them. But you sort of think launch and return,
Right.
okay, might be the same group of people. Not at all.
Yeah.
Return's totally different.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of cool.
And this one returns sort of like the classic style,
I think just splashdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Somewhere in the Pacific, I believe.
but I believe it is reusable,
That's good.
which is going to make a huge difference.
It's going to save a lot of money.
That's one
Is
of the
this
things
the
we're working
first reusable
on for NASA.
for NASA?
Yeah, I
Cool.
think SpaceX obviously has had reusable multiple parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the crew module, yeah, definitely the crew module's been reusable for SpaceX. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Neat.
fun. For the first time, we have someone at the head of NASA who's been to space,
Jared?
which is interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Like you can question his credentials, but your boy's been to space
Oh, yeah.
twice.
Yeah. And
yeah.
and just fascinated by it his entire
Yeah.
life.
And the enthusiasm helps a lot.
Totally, but it's also kind of fun that he's been outside of the space world as well, so that just gives him a slightly more holistic approach.
Well, I think he's
to
good at
all
getting
of it. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
As like a venture
Yeah, I raised
capitalist.
like $250 million for St. Jude's.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. If you haven't watched Inspiration 4
was great.
documentary, it's great.
Yeah.
And the Alanis Morissette song in it is so good.
I wonder how much of the Musk Bezos space race has sort of
Lent to all of this.
brought sort of the wonder back to
Yeah.
space. You seeing people building technology, doing impressive things. You're like, oh, well, I'm sort of paying attention, and then
Yeah.
that sort of kickstarted NASA to be like, well, we got to keep up. Also, I think NASA was able in the past few years to put up a lot of satellites to do a lot more science via SpaceX. Basically,
Yeah.
the government was renting space on SpaceX
Yeah.
rockets,
Right.
and because of that, it sort of got more information for them, so they could start
Mm-hmm.
prepping. I think it was like flywheel like spinning, but
Yeah. I think just the willingness to be open to it again and getting the right people in place to allow for it.
it also brings people together. So that's
Oh my God. It
one
was-
of the absolute best things about it is that hundreds, gathered at Cape Canaveral to watch the launch of all different age, race, creed, demographics. Everybody all over the world is tuned in. Millions
Yeah.
of people are watching it online, and
Yeah. It's so cool.
you can all stare up at the stars together. We all see the same
I
stars.
know,
and,
cheesy,
yeah,
cheesy.
I love it.
Me too. It's really cool. So yeah, I was very hyped on that this week, and otherwise, kind of just nominal. Mm-hmm. I think things are pretty nominal, which is
I just like
which is
calling things
awesome.
nominal
I
now.
know.
Whenever you watch any of the launches, nominal.
Nominal. But yeah, I listened to 2 podcasts this week, and these were actually back to back, and in both of them they were talking about their college experience, but primarily the pressure or not to attend college, and then sort of this just their feelings upon graduating. And they both had very different experiences, but it just made me think to ask you, one, did you feel a pressure to go to college? And then 2, as you were being sort of faced with graduation and the next step in life, was there, how were you feeling, essentially?
Yeah. Well, conversation I've had a ton recently because the tide has shifted, but I was in school in the 90s, graduated high school in 04, and it was like either you go to college or you're a loser.
Yeah.
You know, there was intense push, even though neither one of my parents went to college.
Was that just society? Was that your school?
Yeah,
Was that your
yeah.
parents? Was that...
Everybody, everything.
Yeah.
And you could go to the military. You could do that. That was acceptable. But if you did not go on to college, then people were just like, another one bites the dust. Like
Yeah.
basically there was no future for you.
Okay.
Even though I was in a community where the
A lot of
vast
people
majority
did
of
not.
people did not go to college,
Yeah.
what they expected for their kids, which was always what you want,
Yeah.
is for your kids to
yeah.
be better. But it was like, either you go to college or you're never going to escape this.
Did your high school help set you guys up for that? Were there a lot of resources, or was it still just like, just get through high school and go to college?
No, so, well, because it was so poor, no advanced or AP classes of any kind.
None?
I think there was like advanced, but the concept of AP was never a thing at all.
Okay.
So it was like English or like advanced English.
Okay.
You know? There was one art
But you're not
class.
taking the AP classes to get the credits to
No.
okay.
No. But
Yeah.
you could go to college while you're in high school.
That's right,
Which is
yeah.
what I did.
Yeah.
You know. So that was like a free thing that was offered, but you had
Mm-hmm.
to take a placement test to go in and do it. But I just knew I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And that was the only path that was laid before me.
Yeah.
You know, had no idea what I was going to do. And I don't know how I graduated college at all. I don't at all. I don't even remember it. Like, it's like a complete and total blur.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you graduated, were you sort of like, did you have any plans for yourself or anything?
None.
Yeah, just you're
None.
just like, okay, now moving forward, and then
I don't think I've ever had a plan
yeah.
at all. It was just
Yeah.
like, this is what you do. This is the next thing you do. You know?
And then when you graduated, but there was a little plan for the group of guys to move to Columbus.
There was, but it was loose, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you remember like
the plan was to be in a band. It was
Okay,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like, nobody really knew what they were. Everyone got part-time jobs, sort of. I didn't,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So then I was just thrashing about selling whatever I could, answering Craigslist ads for weird shit.
And were your parents just like, we've lost him. He's
Oh,
gone.
for sure, for sure.
Kind of like, make your bed. Let's go.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
was definitely like sort of end of college. I mean, they still were like
Supportive.
supportive-ish, you know. I would say definitely supportive, and they've always
Yeah.
been like very loving. But they were like, we don't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
So just good luck.
Yeah. Whereas like your brother kind of went down this specific path
Very
in college
organized,
to
very-
like
yep.
set him up with a career to
Yeah.
get yeah.
Yeah. I don't think at first he knew exactly what he's going to do. He's going to study math.
Yeah.
But this sort of like specific IT trajectory. He worked at LexisNexis for a while
Oh, okay.
before Wright State.
Yeah.
But I think doing similar, just like data work, different things with different systems, but then he went to Wright State and sort of just stayed in the Wright State ecosystem.
Yeah,
and then
which-
went back and masters at Wright
Why
State.
not?
Yeah.
I mean, oftentimes most companies would prefer to basically hire from within or somebody who understands the ethos of the company
Yeah.
or of the organization or whatever it is. So that can be a huge payoff.
I mean, did you have a plan after college?
Well, I guess to answer the same questions, there was never pressure to go to college, but kind of similar to you, there was never a question that, or like a thought that you wouldn't.
Right.
So, you hit 11th grade and it's like, all right, start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I really thought that I wanted to go to a small liberal arts college. And my parents were like, okay, whatever, like, let's go tour them. So I remember touring like every small liberal arts college in Ohio and sort of like some of the surrounding states. And I think I thought maybe I wanted to study English.
Right.
And mainly just because I really enjoyed my English classes in high school. We had a really amazing English department that really taught you how to write, really taught you how to analyze, really taught you how to read. And so I was like, okay, I'm into this and I'm pretty darn good at it. I loved writing, creative writing especially. And so I just sort of like latched onto that and thought that was going to be my kind of route into college. And then I remember I did not get into one of the colleges, and it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because at first I was kind of dismayed, and then I was like, do I really want to go to one of these schools where there's 1,200 students and
Right.
it's in the middle of fucking
Nowhere.
nowhere? And do I really want to study? I just started to question a lot of it, and I had also applied to University of Dayton, and I got in like immediately. And I was like, at the time, I was fully playing music and like playing every single weekend, doing like a little regional touring. And I was like, maybe this is the right answer, because I can go to school, but I'm still sort of operating in my same sphere. And my sisters at the time were still in high school, so they weren't going anywhere. And ultimately just decided on that. And I just remember kind of being like, all right, guess I'm going to UD, but didn't live on campus.
Right.
Was sort of like, I don't want to like, I didn't want to have the real college experience. I don't know why. I was Miss Alternative at the time. And 22 kids from my graduating class of 149 went to UD that year. So I already had this like
friend base,
group of friends, and they were living on campus. So I was able to kind of go to campus when I wanted to, go home when I didn't want to. I lived at home for a semester, ultimately moved off campus to a house, lived there the rest of the years. And then somehow found myself, I don't even remember how I chose the international studies major. I don't fucking know why. Maybe because I really liked my Spanish classes.
Yeah.
And I thought doing something, I was going to get a Spanish minor. I have no idea. It, like kind of what you said, a lot of it was a blur. And I think it's because there wasn't a ton of pressure on it the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember talking to my mom a few years ago, and she was like, she never remembered me really caring about school in high school. Like I was a fine student.
Right.
I would always do my work, and I would like sort of study for tests, and I was like sort of an A-, B+ student my entire school career. That's kind of how I operated in college as well.
Yeah.
I was like, I would go to class. I didn't skip class. But I wasn't like, hanging at the library. I was always sort of just like getting the work done. I think when my parents think about my college experience, it just happened. But similarly, I did not end up going into any sort of career path, because I also was like, the band stuff was even bigger now. And it was like, well, now you're going to be a band. Like you have this degree to fall back on, but it's go time. Like I remember, because my sisters and I are all roughly like 2 years apart, and Leslie was graduating high school at the same time. So it was the perfect time to basically say, all right, let's go on the road. Let's be a band for as long as we can do it.
Yeah.
And so that was the trajectory. That was just like, all right, you got this degree, good job, but like go play music.
Yep.
Let's fucking go. And my parents were super supportive of it, which was awesome. But I do remember, and I think we talked about this recently, like my second semester senior year. So like I'm about to graduate. I really had an interest in urban planning and development, some like civil engineering stuff. And I think if I had to go back to school for some reason, I'd probably follow that path and then try to get a career doing something like that. But no, it was weird. The whole time I'm like, when I think of college, it was just like, there was no pressure to go. There's no pressure to be there. But it was the right thing to do, I guess. And here we are.
Yeah.
So all that to say, when I was listening to this podcast, I was just like, I feel like so many more people, it's more of like a strict timeline thing that, I don't know, like I said.
Yeah, I never had an end goal. There was not like, okay, I guess at some point I was like, well, I bet I could create, I would not have referred to it as like some sort of intellectual property, but I did want to be a painter. I think eventually, like it got into my head, like, okay, well, this art thing, you could probably do this. But then I got distracted by the band stuff, and I was like, that seems more fun.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little distracted by the band stuff right now.
Well, it's going to be very fun when we're on tour this summer, yeah.
I know. Once I just got to get there.
Just keep hacking away at it. It's going to come together.
Away. Yeah, I was talking to someone recently, or I think someone came downstairs to the store yesterday and just asking me what I was working on. And it was a combination of trying to book this tour, but also trying to get the store to be basically like a Google merchant so that when you search for items, we pop up as a place where you can buy things. Both were just hitting the biggest dead ends.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm really having a day right here. But I know that both things, it's just like, it's just the hacking away. It's like, all right, you've hit this thing, but just keep chipping.
Well,
I mean, with Google, I ultimately just had to reach out to them and I'm waiting for a response. But I'm like, okay, well, hopefully that just pushes through and I'll be looking back on it and it'll be like a tiny little blip. But right now it's a massive
like all things,
blip.
This time last year, I was maybe the most stressed ever in my entire life. And now it's like, whatever.
I know.
That
I
happened.
know. It's just so hard for
Which
anybody.
has been a year.
Yeah.
That we opened the whole complex, so that's cool.
Yeah. Congratulations. I think a year next week.
Well, it was the first week of April I moved everybody over.
Oh, you're right.
We had to be out March 31st.
You're right. Yeah. Well, shit. That was a year. Yeah. It's weird to now be at an age, maybe we already talked about this, where you remember like full decades.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like you're talking about things in decades.
Absolutely.
And as these chapters, and because for so long it was like, oh yeah, 10 years ago. Like I kind of remember the beginning of 10 years ago, but I was still really young, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
That was a chunk.
We were together 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's really cool. It's very fun. Oh shoot, there's something I was gonna ask and now I can't remember. But
I'm still trying to remember anything I did in college.
yeah. I have little memories for sure.
Yeah.
There were some fun parties. There were a lot of theme parties. And I would love to get back to theme party.
Yeah.
I would love to I wish we had a slightly bigger space to really be able to host.
We have an event space.
I know, but that's different. That's business.
Okay.
And you always say that, and I don't want to do that.
All right.
But I do love a good theme party. And
I think we could side hustle and
what was
rent out that space.
What was the oh shoot. We were talking to someone and they were gonna have a party and it was like wear something
that you could not wear anywhere or what?
Yeah, what was
I
it
know
though?
I've seen that's like a popular thing right now where people, it's like wear the outfit that you have nowhere to wear it or whatever.
Oh, maybe, yeah, something like that. It's like when you look in your closet and you're like, darn, I really want to wear that, but like I have nowhere to wear it.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
That's a really fun one. Because I was like, I'd probably get my wedding dress back out. I
saw a lot of people for this past Oscars just dress up as one of the films.
What do you mean?
One of the like Best Picture nominees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of you dressing up in a suit to go watch the Oscars at a party, everyone dressed up.
Oh! I thought you meant
characters.
on the red carpet.
No.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that's great.
Characters
from the
movies that are nominated.
Yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it.
So fun makes the Oscar party even a little more fun.
Oh shoot! I saw another one. What was it? I can't remember. It was one where people were, you could take it literally, or you could like really swing it to the other side and be like, I mean, it technically fits the theme.
Right.
Shoot, I wish I could remember it, but yeah, maybe it's the summer of theme parties.
We saw that like, I think it was from the 1920s, where all the architects dressed up as their buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like architects in New York City dressed up as their most famous building,
Very Fountainhead.
which is but very funny.
Yeah, what would be a good theme? What should we do?
Well, we're going into summer,
Yeah,
which is always
yeah.
fun. So something that's like beach or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's
but not
obvious.
just cheesy. I know. I was trying to think
Yeah.
of like reverse pool party, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to do like, yeah. I don't like the Christmas in July thing either because it's like, you want to wear sweaters at Christmas and
Right.
it's July. That's way too, no, absolutely not. Okay, we'll think of a theme.
We'll think
and
of a
then-
theme.
And then we'll have to
We'll have
actually
a party.
have a party.
Ugh.
I know.
But I was just talking about.
We have the roof.
We have the roof, but the other day that we rearranged almost 2 years ago and have not had company since.
It's been like 15 months.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I know. I know it's weird. Well, one day.
One day.
Also, I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about hosting and catering's a thing.
Right, which I
So
I've
I
thought
think it'd
about
be
that.
fun to do something like that where the food's just brought in.
I've thought about that way.
You don't have
way
to be
more.
cooking
Yep.
things. I mean, shit, you can even hire someone to be a bartender.
Yeah, well, I was
Like-
going to say, that's what I've been thinking about for any event that we're
Yeah.
doing. Mainly because I talked about it before, but doing another thing in Parlor Suites for the artists.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, in which case I would just
Cater
bring
for
in-
all it. Yeah,
cater
bring it
all
all
of
in.
it,
Yeah.
not make any of the shit. But then, yeah, it does save you where if there is just one thing you want to do, like it's a summer party, we're going to make banana puddings.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but that's all we have to do.
Yeah,
You don't have to worry about any other shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Individual banana puddings.
Those are the best.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Yeah, it's so cute, so
They're
easy to make. People love it, always a hit.
Uh huh.
Every-
Well, you come out with a tray and everyone's like, "What are those?" And you say banana pudding, and people are kind of like, "Okay," and then they're like, "Wait a minute, are those mini Nilla wafers?"
Those are mini Nilla wafers.
And then everybody eats them, and they're like, "Oh my God, best thing ever!"
You can
they-
get like fun vessels, like disposable champagne flutes or
right,
whatever, you know.
right,
but it's so
exactly.
they look
Yeah, little
fun.
coupes and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be in a cup. It's like make them fun,
Yeah.
festive, and ooh, let's go. I'm ready.
I'm definitely down for banana puddings.
Oh yeah.
What I was going to say is we had talked about doing this where we mentioned what food we're going to make,
Oh yeah.
and then we include it in
Yeah.
your little promos that you like to do.
Yeah.
So-
So what's on the agenda tonight?
Tonight we're going to do the viral mortadella sandwich, so pistachio pesto and then the burrata. And then we got this like Iranian bread.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of fun because the market that we go to was recently, I guess, are they celebrating their 1 year anniversary?
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Bought by an Iranian family, and so there's a big section in the center of the store that has a bunch of Middle Eastern. I don't know if it's specifically all Iranian.
No, it's kind of like all just
Yeah.
pan.
But a lot of breads and pastries and candies and just interesting things that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they have these giant, I mean, I guess you'd call it a loaf, but it's very
almost a
flat. It's
flatbread.
almost a flatbread. It's just thick enough that you
it's
could really
soft,
kind of like
yeah.
cut it in
It's
half.
not quite naan, it's a little thicker.
I think it's going to be good.
I think it's gonna be banging.
Because traditionally, this mortadella sandwich, it's on focaccia, correct?
So that's what it looks like.
Most
they've
people are
been
making
using,
on focaccia. I think this will be just fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I turned my microphone on.
Yeah, I turned it on for you. Don't worry.
I just got nervous.
No.
And yeah, I'm excited to try that. And we got a big old sweet potato, that and sweet potato
Your
fries.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, that'll force us to figure out what we're gonna make, at least the days that we do the podcast.
Right. In advance, we'll actually do it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think this year in general we've cooked a lot more,
Yeah, I think so too.
which has been great. And you know, I love it. Like, I find it very meditative. It's another creative outlet for
Yeah.
me in a different capacity. Like, I feel confident doing it, but it doesn't really stress me out. I like to try new things cooking every time I cook almost.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't wanna do this
which is
thing.
why I think you used to post what you made all the time, and people would ask for the recipe, and
Yeah.
it's like, sorry, we don't know.
I just wing it.
Just like, here are the ingredients.
Yeah.
Have fun, figure
Yeah.
it out. But you find the cooking meditative, and to be quite honest, I find the cleaning meditative.
Yeah.
So it is kind of this nice balance where you'll cook, I clean. We both had sort of our alone time
Mm-hmm.
in our heads while doing both of those things, and then can continue on.
Well, and you know, it's great because we do it right away. And I think
Oh yeah,
nothing is more stressful than leaving.
I think
Things
I
dirty
remember
or
like growing
laying
up,
around.
we always did the dishes that night. There were, I mean, maybe like the pot
Yeah.
would soak overnight or something, but that was the thing that I really feel like my family was always kind of like, all right, dinner's done. Like, let's 100% put the dishes in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And because there was always the someone's washing, someone's drying, someone's putting away sort of lineup. 3 girls, you got them doing shit. But so I've never really been the type of person to just leave it for the next morning or anything.
When I lived with my parents, we would wash right away.
Even like years ago when we would have people over, kind of no matter what state of mind I was in, unless I was just passed out on the bed.
Yeah.
I'm putting shit away. And I'm at least rinsing everything. And that is the nice thing about having a dishwasher. Is you don't have to go through the full washing for everything. You can kind of load it up.
No, I was just going to say, then in college, I lived in houses with guys. And things got slovenly.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And so there was really 2005 to 2015, there was a 10-year period of just and then I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And shit was just everywhere. It was very slovenly for a while.
Now, I do feel like people are very divided on whether you unpack your suitcase right when you get home or
I start
not.
liking doing that right away, too.
Yeah.
Just
it depends on when I get home.
if it's extremely late.
If it's late, but I will do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Then it's basically the first thing I do is I unpack my suitcase. Obviously amazing if you're somewhere where you can do the laundry before you pack your suitcase.
So it's actually clean.
So then
Yeah,
it's
that's
clean,
cool.
and then you just put it in the drawers.
Yeah.
But then otherwise it's just kind of like, okay, dirty, throw it in do a bunch of laundry. But I know some people who, no matter what time, they could get home at 3 a.m, unpacking the suitcase.
I mean, we've started doing it with the gear.
Yeah, getting out of the van at least.
Just go ahead. You know what? Unless it's an extreme situation, let's just unload tonight.
Yeah.
And that way, in the morning, we're just we don't have to deal with it.
Don't have to deal with it, and it's safely back in the practice
Yeah.
space, not in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it. I know tour is going to be weird because everything's just going to have to live in the van.
I know. We'll have to put a seat back in the van.
We'll have to put a seat in the
So
van.
we're going to have to figure out a rearrange and a pack and how everything's going to fit.
Should probably do that sooner than later.
Do we need new merch? Do we?
Oy vey.
I know. There's a lot of moving parts.
There's just always a lot of moving parts, but those are the little things I like to do because they don't require too much thinking.
Yeah.
It's just all right, we need to tackle this, we need to think about it, but it's not the end all be all.
Right.
And it's a minor thing, but it will make things better. Absolutely. I was thinking about merch. Merch is very expensive.
Merch is very expensive.
But when you're a band on tour, a lot of people do want to buy your merch.
Yeah.
Way more so than playing home show.
Mm-hmm.
So, and merch takes a little while to get made.
Yeah. What we should see is what is selling. What are bands making right now that is selling? You know, shirts are always good.
Shirts are always good, but it's fun to have a fun thing too.
Yeah, but it's fun to have a fun thing. Multiple people have always mentioned sunglasses to us that we should get King sunglasses.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people just I mean, myself included, cheap sunglasses that you can wear doing yard work.
Yeah.
You can wear on a horse, and if they fall off, it doesn't matter that they break.
If they're just all black and say King Serpent on the side.
Okay.
You know,
just the Wayfarer,
super simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, as simple as possible. King on one side, serpent on the other, or something. And it almost as subtle as
just
possible.
little snake fangs with a
Could be,
crown or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, well, something very, very simple.
All right.
And
and
summer. It's a summer tour.
summer. You have to also, because, a lot of people think of merch and they're like, oh, a mug would be so cool. Well, that's a shit ton of packing.
Yeah.
That's heavy. That's big boxes.
Taking up
You want
space.
something that takes up or packs really nicely with itself.
Stickers.
Stickers are always
Always
easy.
good.
And people love
Buttons.
stickers. Stickers you just give away for free.
Yeah.
You don't charge
It's an
for
incentive,
stickers.
yeah.
And then people put them on things, and then stickers, sunglasses, t-shirts. We're not gonna do tank tops.
I know, they didn't sell.
I love tank top. It's so weird because so many people will claim they want a tank
I
top
know.
and then they don't buy them.
I know.
Because tank tops are hard to wear.
Yeah.
Most people don't look very good in a tank top, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll probably nix the tank top. So maybe just I mean, I think both images that we have, the snake and the eagle, still sell really well.
Well, and most people haven't seen them.
And most people haven't
You
seen
know,
them.
so that's
maybe we
what-
just get a rerun of those.
Yeah, which
get
is
some sunglasses.
cheaper to get a rerun. Like
Yeah.
I think.
Then, well, I mean, it's all of a $75 production
Right,
or a design thing, but it doesn't matter.
Garbage Rat, now we're friends with. They're the ones who made them.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I'll reach out to them and be like, I actually sold 2 shirts I need to take to my studio.
Nice.
One of my clients was like, can I get those for next session?
That's
So,
awesome. Cool. All right. Well, now I'm feeling hyped on merch.
I'm hyped on merch.
That's awesome. Yay. All right, we'll get some merch made. I just got to make sure we have shows to play.
I know.
100% confirmed Indianapolis, 100% confirmed St. Louis. Are they 12 days apart in other parts of the city? Yes.
That's like the
Or city,
that's
state, country.
Are those like the first and last shows?
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indy is the first. St. Louis is the second to last.
Was Chicago the last one? Or?
No, Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not too worried about Cincinnati. But I think I have a hold in Philly. I have a hold in New York. I have a band in Chicago. We're tentative on Detroit. Definitely need help in Charlotte, D.C., Atlanta. That's it.
Okay, listeners.
And Rochester. Oh, Rochester's proving very difficult.
Really? Okay, well then I'll reach out to some people.
Yeah.
Some turds I know.
Yeah, Rochester.
Turds, yeah.
Yeah. And then tour. It's going to be hot.
I know.
July tour.
We'll make sure that the van's AC
Can
is
I,
working.
I do think I prefer to be hot when playing than cold,
We'll just be, well, and I've been thinking recently, I'm like,
just in general too.
my clothes are going to be disgusting, which they always used to be, but I used to not care. But now I'm like,
You're like,
no.
oh, we might be bringing like week 1 suitcase and then week 2
Yeah.
suitcase.
I mean, hotels have laundry. And
Oh yeah. We have to figure out where we're staying.
I know. Once we get it booked, then we'll lock in where we're staying.
Yeah. I complain about it, but it's kind of fun.
It's extremely fun. Now, you know, we have not done anything like this since 2019.
Yeah.
And even then, we had not really done it much.
It's like I'm in college again and I'm doing a research project.
For sure. But like, if the momentum we'll get from this,
Totally.
the connections we'll make are going to make it, I won't say easier,
Right.
but we'll have like a starting point.
Exactly. We're starting from zero right
We're starting
now.
from zero.
I am literally asking whatever AI, I'm literally changing the AIs so that
Yeah.
I get different answers for just like baseline, what bands are playing,
Who's
what
playing
venues
where,
are
what's-
what
yeah.
venues are out there, all this stuff. And to some avail. It's not completely dead ends
Yeah.
every time,
But then we're racking our brains like, who do we used to know? Who lives
yeah.
where now?
And everybody we reached out to is like, sorry, I'm out of the loop.
yeah, we're old. Haven't been in the scene for a while, you know?
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be very
I'm
good.
very excited. And then, yeah, our entire street's about to get torn up.
Yeah, so I have a younger tattooer who's been working out of my studio, and I had to tell him that you're going to have to start parking elsewhere, and it's going to be more confusing for your clients now.
Well, okay, so the whole reason our entire street is about to be torn up is because there's a big project that the city's doing to basically pedestrianize, especially our street, Gay Street, but also kind of create a big loop around downtown that is an incentive for people to want to come downtown, engage in downtown, feel like they can, like I said, really walk around and it's not just a bunch of car traffic.
Hypothetically, it'll be intensely positive for the businesses and will be a big draw for this area.
Right. Now, that's going to take construction,
Yeah.
of course. And they've been talking about this for 2 years now.
Correct.
Like, this is not coming out of nowhere. How they're doing it is a little bit differently than how they said they were going to do it more in like these chunk phases where it wouldn't be a one fell swoop.
Yeah, one block at a time.
I'm sure it's like, it makes way more sense to just like do it in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Time-wise, money-wise, et cetera. So a lot of people who live and work down here, a lot of the businesses are basically throwing up their hands like it's going to be a disaster. Everything's going to close. There's going to be no parking. No one's going to want to come downtown. Just like really, really upset about it. And which is driving me fucking crazy
Yeah.
because
Well, the first word out of everyone's mouth,
parking.
Yes.
Yeah. And so everybody wants Columbus, everybody wants their city to feel like New York.
Yeah.
You know, that you want it to have that, everyone's like, it doesn't feel like a city in Columbus. Well, that's because everywhere you look is a parking lot. Everybody drives. There's no walking. There's no mass public transit. There's none of these things that make it that city vibe. Here we are trying to actually create that, and people are pissed off about it. So I'm just convinced that it's going to make people stronger. It's going to put them in the right headspace to want to walk, to want to engage on the ground
Right.
with the city. And it's gonna be shitty.
Supposedly-
for a period of time to get there, but like get over
Supposedly,
it.
you won't be able to drive down the street, really.
You can,
The one way,
yeah.
but it should not impede pedestrian traffic, is what they're saying. So
Totally.
even
So it's like-
during construction, the street should still be accessible.
Yeah, but what a lot of people will say is, well, I've always just been able to park
Park right in
basically
front.
right in front of where I'm going.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that you can't do that in New York City.
Right.
You can't do that in Chicago. If that's really what you want, then this is a great baby step. It's one fucking street.
Yeah.
Park one street over where there's still a ton of parking.
Um,
It's just funny.
Thinking of downtown business, last night I ran into Tip Top
Mm-hmm.
to get some to-go food, and I was yapping with a guy I've met a few times who's a chef at No Soliciting.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and his girlfriend was there. They go to Huli Huli
Nice.
all the time.
The tiki place.
The tiki place in Powell, which is coming downtown.
Yeah.
And
Can't wait.
She was like, we'd love to like take you guys sometime. I was like, it'd be really fun. I was like, what we should do is wait for the new one to open,
Yeah.
and we should do both the same night
Oh my God.
and call it the whole Huli Huli.
Okay.
So anyway,
I have a feeling we'll just go to the downtown one.
Yeah.
But that still sounds really fun.
I just like whole Huli Huli.
The whole Huli Huli?
The whole Huli Huli.
the hooly hooly hole.
The Huli Huli hole. Yeah,
Hooly hole hooly.
exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Which, so cool. Yeah, things are coming downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of this Capital Line project is trying to incentivize businesses to come downtown
Right.
and sort of connect all these corridors that
Well, it's already a
felt
Dora.
yeah.
So you can already drink on the street. And imagine if there's like green space and seating and a pedestrian path
yeah.
in front of all of these businesses. Well, now they almost have built-in patio space.
Yeah, it's going to be like a little promenade.
They absolutely will.
It'll be cool.
And once it exists, it'll be great.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
I'm just so over this like end of the business mentality. It's like, businesses have lasted through things way worse than this,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be okay.
yeah. I also, always where you and I are of the mindset, like, where's the opportunity here?
Right.
How do you, okay, well, it's going to make us shift in how we focus to draw customers to our business. But then once it reopens and there is automatically a draw and we've drawn these other customers, then we'll have double the impact or something.
Well, exactly. Right. People will already be like, well, I was coming down there when it was under construction and it was fine.
Right.
Now it's not, and it's incredible. And I already feel comfortable coming down here.
Yeah.
I think that's a reason why we've stayed downtown. I mean, we love downtown.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of a downtown and what it does for a city as a whole. But also having a business downtown, because it's like people who otherwise wouldn't come downtown are coming downtown for your sort of destination location. And then you tell them about the restaurants, then you tell them about the shops, you tell them, go walk down to the river, do all this stuff. Now anytime you can do something you're unfamiliar with for a reason, and then you experience the rest of it, you sort of just like by happenstance. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so great. I think that's another reason why touring is so fun, because it's like you go to these cities. A lot of the cities we're going to have their own draw, but you go and you have a purpose when you're there, which is great. And then everything else that you experience, you get to experience because you're already there.
Oh, well, nothing's cooler than you pop into a bar and you're yapping and you're like, oh yeah, well, I'm playing at blank. And they're like, oh, cool. Like everyone, like now you're accepted in the community.
Yeah,
Instantly you're part of the town.
Yeah.
Because you have a job to do in the town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also because you're there, and you have to be there, you're going to go experience the city. Because you're like, well, shit, I'm here. Let's go see what's going on.
Well, then I think we'll probably more than ever do that now.
Yeah.
One, because financially we can.
It's just the two of us.
And it's just the two of us, so it's very easy to pivot or be like, Google, what was the, like, the travel thing, Obscura, Atlas Obscura.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but do stuff like that. Be like, oh my God, there's this weird house.
Yeah,
or something.
Atlas Obscura, where basically just every city
Has a bunch of weird shit.
has weird shit, and people.
What's the history or the interesting things that a town has to offer that you would not normally find?
I think it's international.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously, we were looking at it when we were in England,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's.
But yeah, where
really
is a
cool.
weird museum?
Yeah.
You know, where is like a famous fountain? Where is like, yeah, I just remember like, oh, I didn't even know that was here.
Where is the tiniest street in York?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. We should just like, tap into that when we're in each of these places. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be very fun.
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably time to start the day.
I have to go to work now, but
Yeah.
I like doing this in the morning.
I like it too.
I don't hate it. Although we're going to like this, and we'll do it next week in the morning, and then construction will start.
Oh,
And there'll
they'll
just be jackhammers out in front.
Oh,
And we'll be like,
no.
"Ah, shucks."
I don't know. Well, it'll be the one thing that just is free form.
We just let the spirit move
Let
us.
the spirit move us. And sometimes the spirit moves us to not doing it.
Well, we're getting pretty bad.
I just mean like there are those days where you're just like, I want to talk, but I'm not going to be in my best form.
Yeah.
Not that I'm ever really in my best form.
Well, I
but
want to make sure that at least 2 listeners hear us
I
at
know.
our best.
Me too.
I'm going to stay on it.
Me too. Well, I hope you have a good day.
Hope you do
I
too.
hope everyone has a good day.
We'll take pictures of our sandwich tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it. Mortadella. Oh, one quick thing. I think it's so funny when you're watching a food video.
And they say something in an accent.
Yeah.
I was going to bring it up, but I was, it feels cheesy. But then I'm like, why do I feel cheesy? Even like Tom Yamas, who does NBC's nightly news now, because he like is like sort of Spanishy in some capacity. If there is something in Spanish, he feels like obligated to say it with an accent. And I'm like, you have the perfect newscaster voice.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden do you have an accent? And like it almost like it cheapifies or something. It feels like exoticism in a not a good way.
I just feel like, okay, you're putting on a performance.
Yeah.
You're not just telling me the thing.
If
But
you
now
always
you're
have an accent,
showcasing it.
if
Yeah.
your native tongue is something else and you always have an accent, of course you would say that word the way that it's native
But you'd
to
also
you.
be saying all the other words with
an
the accent.
Like
yeah.
Giada's the worst.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, anything Italian.
Muzza.
She like pushes his face like,
Mozzarella.
no.
She'll be like, I'm Giada, and here today we're gonna have mozzarella,
Yeah, exactly.
spaghetti, and meatballs,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
and you're like, girl, give it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I refuse to do that.
mozzarella.
I'm not gonna do it.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right. That's where I'm leaving it.
Leave it. Leave it at that.